Welcome to today's interview. I'm Joachim Rosenöger and I'm pleased to explore a critical topic that's reshaping maritime security and efficiency. It's the digital transformation of custom operations in ports. Today I'm joined by Bernd Firuz Kramer. He is the Vice President Public Sector Germany at Capgemini Invent. And Mr. Kramer leads the Public Finance Division, where he advises custom authorities, public IT providers, central banks on strategic transformation initiatives. And for those who are unfamiliar with Capgemini, it's a global leader in consulting and technology services with nearly 60 years of experience helping companies transform through technology. Capgemini Invent, Bernd's division, is a group digital innovation transformation brand and combining strategy, technology, data science, creative design to help organizations navigate today's challenges. Custom authorities face mounting pressure. It's cargo volumes, sophisticated smuggling techniques, targeted cyber attacks, persistent staffing shortages, all while many processes remain paper-based and manual. Bernd, thank you for joining us today. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Joachim.
What makes today's conversation particularly relevant is how I came to connect with you. I was actually referred by German law enforcement officials who specifically recommended reaching out to you and your white paper about smart ports and secure borders. I think this recommendation speaks volumes about the real-world impact and relevance of the work that you are doing with your team. And I think when law enforcement professionals are actively pointing to the private sector research and as essential reading, you know you're dealing with something substantial. Many in the shipping industry and port industry still view customs as a controlled bottleneck rather than innovation partner. What needs to change, both in mindset and infrastructure, to truly integrate customs into the smart port ecosystem?
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great question. I think to fully integrate customs into smart port vision, it needs a dual transformation. And both cultural and, of course, technological. There are huge opportunities to change the perspective. Customs should no longer be seen as merely as a checkpoint, but as a proactive enabler of secure, efficient, and digital connected trade flows. I think what needs to change is that customs authorities could position themselves as service-oriented partners. This means providing transparency, being predictable, and having collaborative engagements with port operators and logistics stakeholders, for example. What needs to change in infrastructure would be that the creation of new foundations to provide the customs authorities with, let's say, the digital backbone for their transformation. Today, what we are experiencing is that they often are built on old legacy systems, and innovating on them is hard, is difficult, and is often a very long-term issue. Rather than, setting new standards towards, for example, cloud or sovereign cloud, which could then enable new use cases, for example, leveraging AI for the screening of containers or building new analytical prediction models. So I think these aspects are key for customs in order to make the next step towards the future.
From your perspective, advising public institutions, what can shipping companies actively do today to support and benefit from customs digital transformation?
So I think, the role of shipping companies obviously is a crucial one. And in the future, we see them changing towards partnerships within the customs, let's say, ecosystem. So to truly benefit from and accelerate customs digital transformation, shipping companies could move from being data providers to become an active partner. And this future would be, let's say, a collaborative one. And we see three areas where this could be a strong push towards change. So first, if we imagine that shipping companies could enable a secure data sharing for the risk analysis with the customs authorities, we would have more precise targeting of high-risk shipments faster clearance for compliance goods, and reduced manual inspections. And I know that it's already happening in some parts that, customs authorities get the data from shipping companies, obviously for their risk management, but there's, as far as we know, no direct connection and no real-time data flow. And if this would be established, then it could come towards let's say we call this a create joint situational awareness center, where we would have shipping companies, custom authorities, maybe even other crime units together in terms of monitoring specific situations in a sort of shared control room. And then the third area would be that customs authorities and shipping partners innovate together, meaning that they would build joint pilots or prototypes for example, non-invasive inspection systems or digital twins for customer processes, and AI-driven automations of standard cases. These processes and these cases would work best if customs would work directly together with shipping companies. So I think the bottom line here is that shipping companies that engage now by sharing data, co-developing solutions, and investing in interoperability will not only benefit from being faster and more predictable clearance, they would also help to shape a smarter and resilient customs ecosystem that overall would strengthen Europe's trade infrastructure.
Bernd, thanks so much for this insight. And before closing, what are the 3 top recommendations you would give a custom authority today?
Thank you, Joachim. That's a good one. So I think first by starting to mention that really the time is now. So customs transformations is a strategic investment in Europe's sovereignty. And modernizing customs is not just about efficiency, it's about securing Europe's borders, protecting supply chains, and strengthening with this our economic resilience. And we really help and support public institutions to turn that ambition into action. And the second would be that customs should not just build systems, but rather create ecosystems to facilitate between the customs authority, the ports, the industry, and create seamless connected processes by sharing data spaces and maybe even the joint situational awareness platforms that I mentioned earlier, and investing in innovation pilots that really prototype the future of port and in that case border management. The third point would be to invest in technology that works in the real world, and for example by using AI-powered inspections for container screening, or building digital twin scenarios for the complex harbor infrastructure, or training new hires, for example, using augmented reality. And the value is obviously in each case which needs to be tested. And then in the combination of those cases, and furthermore, there is then the power for real modernization to transform the customs authority in a, let's say, future-proof or future-ready status.
Bernd, thanks so much for taking the time. I think this was super interesting, especially for our audience.
Thank you as well, Joachim. It was a pleasure. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.